Republicans should force a compromise on the extension of unemployment benefits. That's what I'd like to talk about today. The major issue right now before Congress is whether or not to let unemployment benefits, which expired at the end of last year, stay expired, or whether legislation ought to be passed extending them. Normally, unemployment benefits last 26 weeks, but when the recession hit, Congress extended them for 99 weeks, 2 years, and now in practice they average about 60 or 65 weeks. Well, the Democrats want to make that permanent, or at least continue to make it temporary and roll it over, continuing the extended period. The Republicans say, first, if you do that, you're creating a permanent entitlement, and we don't want to do that. Secondly, if you do that, it hurts job creation because it sets a competitive threshold for wages. If you're making $300 a week on unemployment insurance and somebody offers you a job for $300 a week, you're not going to take the job. You're just going to collect the benefits and take the money without working. The Republicans have also said that they're willing to extend the benefits if the Democrats make cuts elsewhere, and the Democrats are saying they're not willing to do it. But apart from all of this political maneuvering, the real issue is the Democrats are trying to portray the Republicans as heartless, not compassionate, and cruel, in that they're cutting benefits for 1.3 million people who are out of work and depend on those benefits to survive. Well, the Republican Party is walking right into a trap, and it should make sure it doesn't do that. It can't give the Democrats that issue. Here's the solution. Every state has a different unemployment rate, and there are 25 states with a third of America's population, including most of the red states, including Florida, Texas, and most of the southern and western states, that have unemployment rates much lower than the national average. In those states, cut off the unemployment benefits. The unemployment rate is low enough so people can find work, and there's no reason to subsidize them for not doing it. In the other half of the country, with 2/3 of the population, including virtually all of the blue states, New York, California, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, Illinois, all of them have unemployment rates above the national average. And in those states, there's a case for continuing the unemployment benefits because you obviously can't find work. And therefore, we should subsidize people that can't find work because there isn't any. That proposal is making the Democrats an offer they can't refuse, because it's basically saying that in all of their states, we'll extend the benefits, and the only ones we're cutting are the Republican states. And it will establish the principle that unemployment benefits are only extended in times of high unemployment. And as any state comes under the national average, it would then lose the extension and the benefits would be cut off. So eventually they would probably all be extinguished and kept to the 26-week normal limit. So it's a very good idea. It's an offer they can't refuse, and the Republicans should push it because it's the way out of this political problem.